the last 40 years, I've taught success principles to tens of thousands of people around the world. And one thing I've learned is that if you want to be a good leader, don't give people answers. Ask them questions. Ask their opinions and let them help discover their own answers and help you to find yours. I'm Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success seminars. And the same qualities you need to lead an international movement are the exact same qualities you need to lead your business, whatever size it is, or your PTA, or your church, or your family. The leaders of the future are honest, they're open, they're transparent, they're humble, they take responsibility for their own mistakes, they lead by example, they have amazing vision, and they really and truly care about you. And you're already a leader. You became a leader as soon as you brought one customer into your business or one child into the world. Even if it's just that one, that person looks to you for leadership. But if you want to more intentionally take on the mantle of leadership because the world needs good people, like the people drawn to a video like this, I believe that there is a quiet revolution taking place right now. And I believe that we are the leaders of that revolution. And it's a heart-centered revolution. And we're the ones who are going to bring the aspect of the heart into the areas of business and politics, and into our schools and all of our institutions, and into really every realm of endeavor. It's a revolution that will lead us into a future where problems will be solved by our hearts overruling our minds, where kindness will triumph over cunning, and cooperation will change the face of competition, where people will enter not only personal interactions, but business transactions with the thought, and this is very important here, not what's in it for me, but what's in it for us. What can I give? How can I serve? How can I win without anyone else losing? And the leaders of this revolution will rely more on our intuition. And the more we listen to our intuition, the better it will serve us. And for the leaders of this revolution, success will depend less on what we're doing and more on who we're being. And leaders need to lead by example. If you're telling your people to be one way and you're being another, you may have been able to get away with that in the past, but no more. The people right now have vision like never before. They're like your kids. You don't think that your kids see exactly what's going on? You can't get away with anything. I'll tell you, my daughter Deanna was on one of my Thursday night calls that I do for my Yes to Success community. And I was talking about true success, which is first creating a silent foundation inside, and that there's nothing wrong with outer success. But if you don't love yourself first, it's like a building without a foundation. And then I said, I mean, I love having a beautiful car. I love going on exotic vacations as much as anyone else. And no sooner had those words come out of my mouth than in the upper right-hand corner of my screen, I see a little text that says, "You hate exotic vacations. You think they're a waste of time." I swear to you. So the first principle for leaders in our changing times is to be honest, to be open, and also to make a heart connection. You know the expression, people don't care what you know until they know that you care? That has never been truer than it is today. This is the age of connection, of not asking people to follow you until you've genuinely touched their hearts. That doesn't mean that everyone needs to be your best friend and you invite them over to your house for a sleepover, but effective leadership is no longer cold or authoritative or distant. People don't want to feel like they're being used for you to reach your goals. If you want to lead a movement, discover what your people want and why, and tell them that you're committed to getting it for them and to get them to their why. You will be their partner, and you won't do it for them, but you will meet them halfway. In other words, if you do it for them, then you won't allow them to grow. but it's okay to meet them halfway. But you need to know what drives them. People have to feel like you really care. I got to tell you a great story. So one of the reasons that Bill Clinton was such a great leader is that everyone that he came across, everyone on his staff, felt like he really cared about them. And I mean everyone. So my cousin, Dan Poneman, was a White House attorney. And he told us a great story about when my father-in-law, who happened to be Dan's favorite uncle, turned 80. Well, he seldom saw the president, even though he was a White House attorney, maybe just once a year at most, but it was always in a big group, so he never really interacted with them personally. But this time he did. And since he had the opportunity to interact with President Clinton, he asked the president if he would please sign a birthday card to his favorite uncle on his 80th birthday, because my father-in-law loved Bill Clinton. So Bill Clinton asked his uncle's name, and Dan said it was Harold. And then Dan also told the president that he was very sad to say that his uncle had Alzheimer's. Fast forward 2 years later, they were at another gathering. It was only the second time that Clinton had met him, and he sees Dan in the distance, and he walks over to him and he says, "Hey, Dan, how are you doing? And how's your Uncle Harold?" So here's another hint. Listen when people talk to you. People want to be heard. Don't pretend to listen. Really listen. If President Clinton hadn't really listened, he wouldn't have remembered 2 years later my father-in-law's name and that he had been ill. So let me tell you one more quality of a good leader, and that is leaders empower others. Another Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, said this. He said, as we look ahead into the next century, which is the century we're in right now, leaders will be those who empower others. A great leader is not someone, as I said at the beginning, who does everything for his or her people, but instead instills confidence in them that they can do it themselves. And there are so many ways you can empower others and increase their self-confidence and their self-worth. The easiest way is to look for reasons to give them lots of praise and to celebrate even the smallest successes. Always look for what people do well instead of always pointing out what they do wrong. I'm sure you've heard of the bowling study. Remember that bowling study where two groups of people bowled, and then after they bowled, whatever, one game, the first group was told to look at what you did wrong. They watched films of themselves bowling. Look at what you did wrong so you know what not to do next time. And to the second group, they said, so watch these videos and look for what you did right so you know what to do more of next time. And when they went out again and they bowled, the group that was told to look at what they did right increased their score, I don't know by how much, but significantly. And the people who looked for what they did wrong decreased their score significantly. So help your people to focus on what they're doing right and what they're doing well. And also, this is really great advice for parents. So I think I'll end with that. And maybe next time I will share a few more tips on leadership, because remember, even if you're just leading your one child, or if you're leading a worldwide organization, you are a leader. So thanks for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite success, lots of happiness, inspiration to be a great leader, and a really good bowling score. Bye for now.